Hi everybody. So before I begin, if this lighting is crazy, I'm actually recording on my old phone right now. Okay? Because I've been wanting to get something up for the longest. I tried so many times this week, and now all of a sudden my current phone is saying that I don't have any more space, even though I've deleted so much crap off of my phone. Anyhow, so I wanted to get something out. So I'm recording like this and I want to show myself. So if the lighting is crap, if this looks like a mess, it is what it is, and it's kind of getting dark outside, which doesn't help. Okay. um Last video that I did, I had said to leave me likes if you guys want me to talk about the hip hop stuff some more. So this is probably going to be the last time that I'm going to talk about it, because this is really ridiculous at this point. And, I will say that upon some further investigating, I guess, if you want to call it that, as like hearing just more content about it from both sides, I will say I'm still kind of like on the same, or I still have the same position that I had, or that I've been having. And the position is being that I think that there's people on extremes, okay? And then I think that there's people that are trying to bring awareness and bring balance to the situation. So, first and foremost, there's people that are saying that Puerto Ricans didn't create anything, that we didn't do anything, and da 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 da. And that's like one extreme. Then there's another extreme that I heard where it's like Black Americans didn't do anything, and the ones who created everything were Caribbeans and Latin people or whatever. I'm like, wow, man, what? Like there's no balance, okay? And I think that both sides are ridiculous when it comes to that. So to say that we didn't do anything, that we didn't contribute anything, is absolutely ridiculous. And I think on the other hand, to say that Black Americans have no culture and that they didn't create anything and da 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 da, like that's absolutely ridiculous to me too. Um, and I also believe that there are people that want to see a division between Puerto Ricans and Blacks from New York. Why that is, I don't know. Maybe it's just an online thing to grow platforms or whatever, because people know that we always have a reputation and a history of being good with each other, and we're clowned by everybody for that. So I do find it really suspicious, like with all of this going on, and then you have people kind of pointing out our quote unquote racism within the Latin community. Now, first and foremost, one thing that I will say about Puerto Ricans is that we are probably one of the Latin groups that I know of who have outright called out racism within our own group more than any other Latin group. And I'm part Mexican, okay? So I know how it is on the Mexican side too, all right? And if people say otherwise, you're full of it, okay? And I'm talking about historically, because we've been in New York City for a very long time. And we were the ones to be calling out other Latin people, calling out fellow Puerto Rican people, calling out even white people for racial stuff, for racism against Black Americans. So when people try to make it seem like we're like this huge, hateful group of Latinos, that's such bull crap. That's such a lie. It is such a lie, and I think people even know that that's a lie. I think the people that are even making these claims know that that's a lie, to make it seem like we are like, the worst of the worst. Get the fuck out of, I didn't even want to curse in this video, but when I hear that, I'm like, that is such a lie. Like, there's other groups that are known for it, and they're even online, and they're even vocal with their hatreds of Black American people. So what they're portraying online is very similar to what they portray in real life, right? And what are people talking about? Like, why are people trying to make us out to look like this hateful group? And we're not the majority. Again, the ones that we do have in our community, we have been known to call them out. We do. But it is not the majority of us, because how could it be the majority of us while simultaneously we have a reputation for being good with Black Americans? Those two things don't make sense. They don't coexist. That doesn't make any sense. Two very contradictory statements. Okay? So I wanted to get that out there. So I do believe that there is, people have their incentives, their reasons as to why they want to, cause this division, this bullcrap. It's like a made up division online. It's like it doesn't even exist in real life. And I'm saying that, meanwhile, I have on this channel called out the fact that there's been times that Latin people, Puerto Rican people, and Black Americans haven't gotten along. I've said that myself. I have videos about that. I said that before. And there's times I said that and I was called racist for saying that. Okay? I was called racist for saying that things are not always peachy keen with us. I was called racist. But then I get told the opposite when I'm speaking about things like this. So people need to make up their fucking mind. Okay? You need to make up your mind. All right? Either that or just don't make up your mind, just don't watch my channel. That's what I would prefer. All right? I would prefer for the people who are intellectually dishonest to not watch my channel. Please go to all the other channels. All right? So I do believe that there are people that are hell-bent on wanting to see a fight, wanting to see division, wanting to see people go back and forth. And I get it. Like, if that's how they want to, grow their channels or whatever, then so be it. But at the very same time, it's also creating a narrative about us that is untrue. That's the part that I don't like. Okay? That I don't like. And with this, this whole, that Puerto Ricans are so like this, that we're so racist, this narrative, this lie that's being pushed. I find it odd that the lie that's being pushed about us is not even, I hear it more from I hear it more from people that are not even from New York. So it's a lie that people are making up, and they're not even around Puerto Ricans like that, but they're making it up. It's the same way that I've heard people here on this very own platform on YouTube, other Latin people, that don't like Puerto Ricans, meanwhile they've never been around Puerto Ricans in their whole life. Just because they have a parent or a cousin or an uncle that doesn't like Puerto Ricans, therefore they also don't like Puerto Ricans, okay? This is like some online trolling bullcrap that if we're not careful with as Puerto Rican people, and if we don't remedy that situation, then we're going to have a reputation on us that's not true. All right? That part I care about more. This whole hip-hop stuff, I kind of feel like if these things are already documented, then there's really not much you could do about it. But to create false narratives, if you have a bunch of people that are saying negative things about us that aren't true, and then you have a bunch of people jumping on the bandwagon, and then on top of that, these people within these chats and these comment sections in these live streams that have these accounts that are making these comments about Puerto Rican people, they don't show their faces. They don't come up on the live chats. I mean, on the live streams or whatever. They don't have channels. You don't know what race this person is or these people are all the time that are behind these accounts. They might not even be Black American people. They might be Caribbean people. They might be racist, crazy white people. They might be Asian people. You don't know who's behind all of these accounts. So I do take that into consideration too, because I've seen so many people on here that don't like Puerto Rican people that are not necessarily Black Americans. So many other people that don't like Puerto Rican people. I wouldn't be surprised if it's other groups of people that are behind these accounts saying these things just to make it worse because they don't like us that much. All right? So this is kind of my thing with this topic, all right? I don't want to take too much more time. I don't really want to make this into a really long video. I have heard, all sides. And like I said, I do believe that there are people that are trying to strip away Puerto Rican's history, not, from New York, anything that we've created, because they do the same thing with us with salsa. All right, and I said that in my last video. But I do see it on the other hand too with Black Americans, where people are saying Black American people have no culture and that they didn't contribute to anything. And what do? Everything they do is ratchet and da 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 da. Meanwhile, they created tons of genres of music. All right, and they have a lot of creations when it comes to music and other things. And people are trying to take that away from them too. So I see that also. All right. So I know that people are probably not gonna like this video. I'm probably gonna get a ton of thumbs downs on it, but I did want to make it, and I did want to get something out there on it because I said that I was going to. Okay, and I wish everybody the best with this. I do understand and see the frustration when it comes down to people wanting to take away anything that we've done. And I see this. It's just the sad thing is that people are focusing it on the hip hop stuff, but I've seen it more with the hip hop, and I guess because I'm kind of like more in Latin spaces than I am in Black American spaces like that. So I see the way Latin people be doing Puerto Rican people like that too. So I'm kind of like, I'm kind of defensive on all sides, okay? And then don't get me started with white Americans that don't like Puerto Ricans too. So I know what it's like. Puerto Rican people that are from New York, especially if you guys are older than me, when I know that I have a couple of you guys now watching, you know, my channel or watching a few of my videos or whatever, you guys know like the racial stuff that we've gone through from everybody growing up in New York, okay? You guys probably know way more than I do, and I went through it pretty bad. And I think that the people that are older than me, you guys went through it probably even way worse than I did. But I went through it pretty bad too, okay? And that was from all sides. And that was from all sides. I think that you guys maybe had it from Black Americans and white Americans. I had it from Black Americans, white Americans, Asians, and I had it from other Latin people and Caribbean people. So I had it from everybody. Just the you know, the reputation that we have is not good, and then there's people that are ready to just throw, you know, a certain stereotype at us before we even get to like even prove ourselves in any way. You know what I mean? They're just ready to make those snap judgments, and sometimes we have to check people, right? So it is what it is. Unfortunately, that's what I think is going on here. I think that there's people that are hell-bent on causing a division, and I think that they're trying to cause a division just to have, like, just to grow their online presence. But it is a false narrative. It is a very false narrative. And hopefully there's more people that'll see through that than there are people that will be ready to jump on the bandwagon. That's not true. So that's all I'm going to say for that. And I guess I'm going to go for now, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Sorry that this quality is shit. But I did want to show myself regardless. Because I don't mind showing myself. Even if I don't look the greatest or whatever. I do videos filtered, not filtered. I don't care. Okay? I have pictures that are filtered and not filtered. And I'm saying that because people like to make a big deal out of that for some reason lately. And I show myself in all forms. Okay? Alright guys, I'm going to go for now. I'll see you all in my next video. Take it easy. Bye.